Welcome to the Know, I'm Meg Turney.
I'm Ryan Haywood.
One group of hackers responsible for hitting Steam and other PC games with ransomware have decided to close up shop this week, and weirdly enough, they're sorry for all the trouble they caused.
Sure, yeah. So they had a change of heart and they found a better way to steal people's money.
Yeah, one of those.
Or they found a better way to steal people's money. Yeah, it's early. People talk weird words. Either way, it's temporarily good for thousands of PC gamers affected.
The ransomware in question is called Crypt, a particularly nasty one for gamers that started picking up steam last year. Crypt would encrypt gaming files, essentially locking people out of their PC games until they paid up to $1,000 for the decryption key.
Oh, they done fucked up now.
Messing with gamers and their games.
Naturally, gamers joined up with security experts to start fighting back against ransomware, making it increasingly difficult for its developers over the last year. But we'll get more into that in just a minute.
Earlier this week, security firm Eddy started hearing rumblings that the makers of Crypt were slowing down their operation due to all that gamer difficulty.
One of Eddy's analysts sent a message to the hackers basically asking, yo, if you're closing the doors, how about that master decryption key?
And apparently to their surprise, message worked. Crypt's TOR domain updated with a message that included the master decryption key and a message, "We are sorry."
No, good. Well, that's a happy resolution for everyone. No harm, no foul.
Look in Canada for these guys, I think, maybe.
We did steal thousands of dollars from you, but, we're kind of sorry.
It's like they defeated a boss, and it was like, you got the master key. Yeah. So now a Tesla decoder tool has been updated to fully solve any problems associated with Crypt.
Unlike other pieces of ransomware, which often went after personal documents and photos, Crypt skewed towards targeting file extensions most often associated with popular video games like StarCraft 2, Diablo, World of Warcraft, DayZ, Fallout 3, and Resident Evil 4, just to name a few.
You took it too far there at the end. I love that game. Quite a few games on the long list. Don't just grunt at my Resident Evil 4. It's too early. Resident Evil 4. Quite a few games on the long list of affected games were surprisingly old, like Resident Evil 4, but a lot of that was because they were targeting file types shared by as many games as possible. Crypt also went after extensions specifically associated with Steam.
The whole thing was designed to look like CryptoLocker, which put ransomware on the map a few years back. However, experts found that there were no similarities in code between the two.
Once Crypt had your video game files balls, and by extension, your balls, in a vice that would serve you up with a new wallpaper informing you of your said ball vice grippage, demanding that sweet, sweet ransom.
In surprisingly proficient marketing style, the hackers offered two methods of pay. $1,000 to pay by PayPal, or a discounted Bitcoin value that totaled about $500. Bitcoin is untraceable, so they'd much prefer you pay that way, hence the discounted price.
Yeah, those rascally, crafty hackers. What'll they think of next? Angelina Jolie's boobs. I'm just hoping we get to put it in if I say it. Other nice flourishes of marketing savvy, the files were set to be destroyed with a doomsday date set a few days after the infection first took place. Now on top of that, they'd let you decrypt one file for free. Just, as a show of confidence that you'd hand over some money maybe eventually.
They even had a messaging system so you could talk to them for customer support about how to get your files back, which is how the ESET analyst contacted them in the first place.
Yeah, so apparently better than like telecom customer support, AT&T customer support.
I feel like they had one up on Comcast for sure. The battle against Crypt has been long and grueling, but really, it's a cool example of gamers and security experts working together against a common enemy.
And then the common enemy just folding. I'm out there. Here's the master key.
Vote.
Yeah, sorry.
To give up.
Whatever. Late last year, it was discovered that Crypt stored the decryption key for the encrypted files on the actual victim's computer with relatively light encryption methods. So that meant with a little bit of computational know-how, it was possible to run separate programs that would eventually solve the encryption.
So we could just, redirect all that SETI research for a few minutes and just take care of the problem.
You spend $2,000 to learn how to do it, and then you unlock it yourself.
We'll just make a screensaver that unlocks your files in the background. White Hat Group, Kaspersky Labs, along with tons of former victims, mainly gamers, started quietly helping people fix the problem in forums and in comment threads so as not to alert the creators of Tesla Crypt that their work was being undone.
Hey, like, I got something that maybe like Schmitten by Schmeschlschnitt.
Decryption
Okay,
key.
you're off the forums. You're screwing up all of this.
Oh, no.
You're blowing our cover. But since the process required things like command line prompts, that is the decryption, delving into system registry files, and other little bits of technical know-how that casual users aren't as familiar with, gamers were coming to one another's rescue by volunteering their processing power to solve the key for others.
Eventually, and by the way,
So
what gamer
cute.
spirit. I feel like this is where the modding
I
community
feel like we
probably
need just
shines.
like a hug.
Yeah. Eventually, Tesla Crypt fixed this flaw with a newer version of the ransomware, but now it seems they're just too tired of fighting against the tide any longer. Farewell, Tesla Crypt.
Yeah, we're all, of course, painfully aware with ransomware, which has become an increasingly lucrative for internet ne'er-do-wells as of late, which is very, very sad. Well, it started by hitting personal computers for small sums. Attacks have lately targeted companies for even bigger paydays.
Back in February, we saw the case of Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center paying $17,000 worth of Bitcoin in order to get back into their medical records.
Yeah, now you're fucking with people's lives. Yeah, we have no idea how much these types of ransomware attacks are making in total nowadays, but some experts estimate that the CryptoLocker attacks from a couple years ago netted hackers up to 3 million big ones.
Oh, God, I'm in the wrong industry. Security firm Symantec puts that estimate of $3 million as really conservative, judging that it's probably as high as $5 million and maybe even more than that.
So far, there hasn't been much anyone can really do about it. The FBI famously told people that as far as ransomware goes, it's probably best just to go ahead and pay the ransom. By the way, we're gonna find out the Tesla Crypt people were all actually the FBI. Plus, a number of police departments have even complied with ransom orders to do so to get access back to their computers. So you're only making the problem worse.
Can't we just call them terrorists and we just never give in to terrorism?
Cyber terrorism.
But hey, it seems that gamers actually defeated Tesla Crypt this time around. In short, don't fuck with our video games.
Yeah, for now, I don't. Like, I've played too many video games where you kill the boss and then he goes away, but then Jafar comes back again and he bites your leg.
Also, medical records, video games.
What? However, moving on, it has been reported that ESET first started trying to get the master key of decryption because they heard the hackers were moving on to greener pastures of the Crypt XXX ransomware. Don't you take away our porno, which might not be that green after all, that pasture, because Kaspersky Labs just released a decryption tool that reverses all the effects of that ransomware as well. Why are we telling them? We don't know how to. You absolutely
They know. No, it's out.
No, you'd be like, oh,
That's
so
how you.
bad.
That's how you crush their spirit. It's like, oh, your next thing, your next big thing. Oh yeah, we already fixed that too.
No, then they'll move on to something else. I don't like it.
I don't know what that gesture meant.
I don't either. Yeah, you're putting a cigarette in your own hand. Watch me burn myself.
Either way, you can enjoy your victory for now, gamers. At least until the next piece of inevitable ransomware locks down more of your games. Security.
Yeah, in the meantime, keep your system up to date and regularly back up your data, people, which I have not done.
Also, just don't run exe files that you don't recognize. Don't run an exe file, don't run a bat file, don't, if something pops up on your porn that says, you should really check into this, hit OK. Don't hit OK, just close the window. That's all you have to do.
Is that what you do? You close the window when you bring up your porn?
And then you get the JavaScript pop up that's like, hey,
you want something.
Yeah, no, just don't. Just don't click that. That's how you get ransomware.
I'll save this.
And STDs.
I have a question, but I'll save it for the end. What do you guys think of Tesla Crypt's builders calling it quits? Let us know in the comments.
For more updates on ransomware, people stealing your video games, STDs, like this video and subscribe to the know.
People will always steal your STDs, but they leave a little bit left for you.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
What if Lori came in and was like, listen, I was looking at some porn and something popped up. Could you tell me, because I gotta get back to it, but do I run this?
Control X, just Alt F4, there you go.
I'll tab away from that. Don't pay attention to that.
Just put it in the babackground, just pop-ups, ignore them. Or click all over them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, just go to town. That's the fastest way back to your porn.
Are you like the master of your house computers?
Yes.
You are, of course you are.
What?
Something's broken, Ryan, fix it.
Yep, that's my life. That's my life here. Jeff's like, well, my monitor won't turn on.
That's true.
It's not.
Yep.
It's not plugged in.
It's absolutely true.
Whatever.
That's how that goes.